Hello everyone. ASS Science Foundation welcomes you all in our new initiative where we will be discussing the questions from ecology, environment, general biology, science and technology, and a bit of geography which have recently come in UPSC prelims examination 2021. So this is a very new initiative by ASS Science Foundation, where we will be discussing the questions specifically from ecology, environment, and general biology section, right? And we would try to discuss them as well so that it could be helpful for the people in the upcoming competitive examination related to environment science. So the first question, if you see here, the question says that which one of the following is a filter feeder, right? So which of the following is a filter feeder? So if you see the filter feeder among these all is, you say they here, oyster is the organism. Oyster is the organism. So which is here, the option number C. Oyster is the organisms, which is basically a filter feeder. So oyster is the correct option in this. So you might have heard about pearl oyster and this. Octopus, you know, it is an organisms basically found in sea. Catfish is a variety of fish, right? And pelican is basically a bird. So the correct answer here is oyster, which is option number C. Let's move to the next question. So the next question is very easy and very much relevant to the NTA net also, those who have appeared into the exam. So they might be knowing that this question is very much prominent in NTA net also. And in case of which of the following biogeochemical cycle, in case of the which of the following biogeochemical cycle, is you can see here, the weathering of the rocks is the main source of release of the nutrient to enter the cycle. So the correct answer here is the phosphorus cycle. So correct answer here is the phosphorus cycle. All of you know phosphorus cycle is basically a sedimentary cycle where the main source is the weathering of the rocks and the sea land interaction where the birds excrete the guanos on the land, and the weathering of the rocks and minerals contribute to the sea. So the correct answer here would be, phosphorus cycle, which is the correct answer. Other cycles have no relevancy here. So moving to the next question. Guys. So the next question is also very easy. It's a general biology question. So it says which of the following is detritivorous. So all of you know that detritivorous organisms are those organisms which feed on dead and decomposed organic matter. Dead and decomposed organic matter. Right. And all of you are aware that a very famous example is earthworm. But a few of you will not be aware that this millipede, which you see, millipede and centipedes, right? And wood lice, these are also detritivorous, which also feed on dead and decomposed organic matter. So here you will be having 1/3 and 5th, which act as a detritivorous in our food chain or our ecosystem. So the correct answer here would be C, which is 1/3 and 5th only. So the correct answer here is C, which includes earthworm, which is a well-known detritivores. Then millipede and wood lice are also correct. So the correct answer here would be C, which is 1/3 and 5th. Now let's move to the next question. Yeah. So the next question is very much relevant and current. So the common carbon metric supported by UNEP has been developed for. So basically this carbon metrics is to assess the carbon footprint of building operations and around the world, like whatever building you construct, that what is the carbon metric for that. So the correct answer here would be A, which is assessing the carbon footprint of building operations around the world. So the correct answer here would be first, right? So assessing the carbon footprint of the building operation around the world. So this is the common carbon metric supported by the United Nations Environmental Protection Agency, UNEP, you can say. So A is the correct answer here. And it's a very good question. It is relevant for all other PhD and net set examinations. One can see such kind of questions there also. Now let's move to the next question. Yeah, this is also a very good question from general biology background, like, or you say environment science. So here it says, like, which of the following have spatial, which of the following have species that can establish a symbiotic relationship with other organisms? So you have to understand first what symbiotic means. Symbiotic is the relationship between two organisms where both organisms live together for the benefit of each other. So as you can see in these options which are there, so if you see Cnidarian, phylum Cnidaria, right, or fungi, or you say protozoa, so all of them they have been seen to live symbiotically. For example, like fungi, you say in the case of lichen, we have symbiotic relationship between fungus and algae. Then we have protozoans. Some of the protozoans are like parasite also, but they have certain beneficial associations. And then we have these protocooperation like sea anemone and hermit crabs. So all these three organisms which have been mentioned here, they have been seen to see existing like a symbiotic relationship in our environment. So here we would be having all three correct, where 1, 2, 3 is the correct. So like we have species belonging from phylum Cnidaria, fungi, as well as protozoa. So all of them are found to be exist in symbiotic relationships. So the correct answer here would be 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3 would be the correct answer. Coming to the next question. So next question is also very interesting. So all of you, this is a very basic elementary question from science and technology background. Like why is there concern about copper smelting plants? So whenever you have a copper or something like Cu2s, like something like Cu2s, and you are doing smelting of such kind of ore, right? You are doing smelting of such kind of ore, right? So there are certain effects which are associated with this. So if you see like they may release lethal quantities of carbon monoxide into our environment. This is not correct, because we are having almost complete combustion. So there is no point of emission of carbon monoxide in such sort of smelting, right? So option first is ruled out for sure from here. Then second, if we see the copper slag can cause the leaching of some heavy metals into environment. This is right. What we called as copper mine smelting, right? Or copper mine smelting. And then we have, they may have released sulfur dioxide as a pollutant. So you can see here we have the source as sulfur. So SO2 can easily be released from here. So 2 and 3 would be the correct answer here. So the correct answer would be 2 and 3, which is option number B. So this is a very easy and interesting question. So B is the correct answer here, where 2 and 3 is correct. So the correct answer is B. This is a good question. I've been correlatively asked many times in the net also. Next, moving to the next question. Yeah. So the next question says that with reference to furnace oil, consider the following statement. So if we see the following statement, right? If we see the following statement, yeah. So let's consider these statement. It is a product of oil refineries. Definitely, yes, it is a product of oil refinery. Then we have some industries used to generate power. Yes, some of the industry use this oil to generate power. Absolutely fine. Then we have, it's used to cause it used to cause sulfur emission into the environment. Yes, so all of the three options are correct. So all the three options are correct. 1, 2, and 3. So rest of the questions we will discuss at the next presentation. Thank you very much for being there.